Congratulations again on finishing up and getting through this course and making your first game. So now that we've done that, now that we've gone through all of the 5 steps and whatnot, the next thing we could talk about is what you can do next to continue working on your game development and programming skills. So the first thing we can do is we can think about some different challenges or different features that we can add to this game or some changes that we can make. So let's think about some things that we can do. So maybe the first thing we can think about is the fact that maybe you don't like the images that we've chosen. So maybe you don't want to use the sprite that we have for the player or for the treasure. So maybe you want to try something else. So one of the things you might want to do is see if you can find some image links to some other images online and see if you can swap out the links for the current sprites to the ones that you want to use. So you can look at the load image and just swap in your links to either the treasure sprite or the player sprite. So that's one thing you can do. Now, something else you might think about doing, you might want to change things like the time limit. So right now, we allow the player 10 seconds to rank up or rack up a high score, but maybe you want to do, maybe 10 seconds isn't enough. So maybe you can see if you could do a different time limit. So see if you can remember in the code where you can change that. Another thing about this game over screen is we don't have anything that tells us that you can press the enter key to restart. So if I hadn't told you and showed you that you could do that, you might not have known. So now that you know how to use the text function, another option might be to add some sort of text to this game over screen to let the player know that they can restart. You know, maybe you can say something like press enter to play again or whatever the case may be. So you can experiment with that a little bit. Other things you might want to look at, maybe you want to have a bigger play screen. Right now we have the canvas is 400 by 400, so maybe you can try some different sizes and see what you think about that. All right. Now, another thing that you might want to think about is maybe changing or adding some additional keyboard controls. So one of the things that you might know if you play computer games a lot of times, in addition to the arrow keys, the up, down, left, and right keys, a lot of times computer games have what's called the WASD scheme. So instead of using the arrow keys, you use those 4 letters to move. So W would be up, A is left, uh, S is down, and D is right. So you already know how to use the key is down function. So what you would need to do is you would need to figure out what key code you would need to pass in for the 4 letters instead of the arrow. So just to refresh your memory here, with the key is down, the key codes are left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, and down arrow, and so on, right? So if you are interested in taking on this particular challenge, there's a link that you can look at. It's called, I'll go ahead and show you here. It's called Keycode.info. And all you have to do is just press a button. So like if I press T, for instance, it gives you a number, right? And that's the key code that you can put in. So instead of putting in the up arrow, if I wanted to do T, I could just put key is down and then put the number code. Okay, so you can give that a try as well. All right, so if you want more information about these challenges, then I have included in the notes. So if you are watching this on YouTube, then in the comments there's a link to a page that has more about information about these challenges that you can look at. and including if you want to use different images. I have some links to how you can find image links or use images from your computer. So you can take a look at that link. That will be included for you in the YouTube comments if you were watching this in some other location. Then there should be some sort of a handout or something that also has resource links, so you'll be able to look there. And if you're watching this on Teachable, then it's just the notes for this particular lecture has all of the details. All right. Now, on that note, if you would like to learn more and take some more courses here, again, if you're watching this on YouTube or as a webinar, I've put this course I've put together a course on teachable.com that has all of this information. And again, the link will be available down below or wherever you get the handout, the information from. So you can actually sign up for that course, and you will be able to. It's completely free, but you'll be able to get updates. So if I add more sections or add resources or edits or anything like that, then that might be something that you might be interested in keeping an eye on. And then of course you have the notes to the videos as well. So that's something else that's helpful. If you want to look at other courses, maybe you already are looking at this at Teachable, or you're on YouTube and you want to delve into this even further. There are some other courses. So if you look at this page, like I said, this link will be down below, but there's some links to some other courses that I have here. There is a more detailed version of this course called Introduction to Programming Through Video Games, and it's building on this game that we've done, but it has more advanced features such as an enemy that chases you, and shows you some basic artificial intelligence. And there's also more detail about some of the things that we didn't really delve into in this particular course. So there's that. If you want to learn about how to gain some good computer science study skills, so whether or not you want to learn more about game development or JavaScript or any other computer science topic, I have a course that you can sign up for that lets you know about some good study tips and how to set up a study schedule for yourself. So that's also available. Let's see. The first course, the Introduction to Programming Through Video Games, currently that is in pre-sale. That's still being developed, but you have about like the first couple of sections available to you, and about every couple of weeks there's going to be more lectures rolled out. So you have that option, and then the last thing we have here, the other last course that I have is called The Fun of Computer Science. So this is, again, something that's a work in progress, but it's free, and it's an online ebook about how to program games in Java. Okay, so not JavaScript, but another language called Java. All right, and it also walks through how programming concepts are present in some of your favorite video games. Okay, so if you want some extra challenges to help you move forward, you've got the challenges that we went through together. You've got these other courses, and I'm going to add more resources as well. And then, if you are so inclined, there's also a survey that you can go to on this site just to let me know if there was anything that you want to know more about, or if you wanted to leave feedback, or if there's anything else you'd like to see, you can either fill out this survey, or you can send me an email at contact@cloudyheavengames.com with any questions or feedback, or just any other thing that you'd like to reach me about. Okay, so hopefully this was a good first taste for you about how to do programming and video game development. And, I hope that you had fun and learned something, and hopefully continue on with your game development journey. All right. Thank you.